Welcome to my podcast, You Are More. I'm your host, Amy, and I am so excited to be here today. So we have been talking over the past few weeks about the needle movers in life. The needle movers being, how do you speak? That following your intuition, that gut feel, right? Keeping your dreams, those sacred things secret, and just those being keys to moving your life forward and to accomplishing that which you're on the earth to accomplish. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break from that today because we've had a lot happening in our family this past week, and it's brought home a lot of points. And I kind of just want to reiterate, because life gets so busy and things happen, and sometimes we forget to take advantage of and really just be in the moment. And so a week ago, my family and I had a massive trauma happen to our life. I'm going to digress. I'm going to back up a bit. So on Saturday, last Saturday, it was my dad's birthday at the beginning of August. And we were with my mom and dad for dinner. We were over at my sister's house. And my mom was acting a little different. She dressed super cute. My mom always dresses really cute. She had on a great outfit that she put together. She's always got a look about her. And so all appeared normal from that point, but she was really, really quiet that day. And then the next day, it was Sunday, we called because she didn't show up at church. She and my dad didn't, which is a little bit different for them as well. And she said, oh, we just decided to stay home and clean the garage. So I'm not believing that at this point. I said, Mom, you're so quiet. What's going on? She goes, I don't know. I'm just kind of quiet. And she's like, maybe I'm just concerned about some things. And I'm like, okay. So fast forward on Sunday afternoon, I'm with my family and I get a phone call from my dad. He said, get to the hospital. Your mom is just being, the ambulance just took her to the hospital. So get there. So he thought that he'd had a massive stroke. So anyway, we get to the hospital and my mom is not conscious. And she's had multiple seizures on the way to the hospital. And they start to talk about it. It's probably too late from the CT scans, early signs that it's too late to give her the stroke drug that can stop things. And they can't help her there. They need to get her to Iowa City. So here's the thing. So from that moment, guys, life happens, right? And the shock, the fear, the turmoil, like I was literally playing golf in a golf tournament with my kiddos when I got that call. The interesting thing is, that intuition I keep talking about, that gut feel. We're driving down the fairway and I call my sister and said, hey, Steph, can you call and check on Mom? She's like, yeah, I know. I said, something's wrong. Something's off. I don't know what it is, but she'll tell you. Guys, here's the reality of it. On Saturday night when we're having dinner, my mom keeps giving me these weird looks. And I'm like, man, I think my mom hates me. She seems angry with me. I'm like, what is this look? Hey, do you want to split a hamburger with me? This weird look comes from her. Hey, do you want to? And I just keep getting these strange looks. So here's the truth of the matter. I didn't even hug my mom goodbye that night because I thought, well, I think she's mad at me. So I'm just going to step away and just move on. Little did I know that my mom was having seizures at the time. They were just not like grand mal, but she was having a type of a seizure and they had been going on for a few days. We knew that something was different, but I literally didn't even hug my mom goodbye. And on Sunday, it's the only thing I could think about. I'm like, did I really not hug my mom goodbye? And maybe I'm not even going to get to talk to her again. So we're living in a miracle. My mom was life flighted to Iowa City and found out that she had a mass on her brain. And thank God the mass is benign. And they're going to be doing a surgery. They're actually doing, when you're listening to this, if this is coming out on Thursday, this is the day the surgery is happening. And so we're believing God for a complete and full recovery. But here's what I can tell you is that in those moments, your tribe matters. Your people matter. Your people that'll get in the trenches with you and pray with you and uphold you and support you matter. And as we rushed to the hospital and, picked my dad up and took him to the hospital as my mom was life flighted to Iowa City, about an hour and a half from where we live. That ride was a long ride. That next 36-hour window was a long window. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for the people that showed up, that met us there in the ICU, that met us in the waiting room, that spent, they were there till like 3:30 in the morning, that drove multiple hours to get there. Those people showed up for us. And I can't tell you what a comfort and support it was. And I so realized again, the power of your people. Life is really, the gold in life really is people. It really is relationships. It really is that support. And we have had so much support. We've had such an outpouring of support this last week. And I've been so beyond grateful. But it's really made me think, like, you can have a hard time and you can have financial setback and you can have setback and you can have relationship setback. But guys, here's the truth of the matter of it. The power of your life, the gold of your life, the impact of your life is really all about the people. And it's been incredible for me to watch the impact of my parents' life and how just the love and the concern and the care from them. And we've been pretty quiet about it. And yet we still have people reaching out and expressing concern. And we're so grateful. We have a good report. We're praying for a great outcome on Thursday. But it's just really brought to life just the basics in life: God, family, your faith, and that's about it. Like, that's what you need in life. You need a strong faith and strong friendships, and I don't know how you walk through things like this without those kind of things. But I've been really grateful for the tribe that's walked through us with it. And so, if you have people that you haven't reached out to that you love and you care about, just just bury the hatch. Call them up. Like, I would have been horrified if I never would have hugged my mom that night and I never got to talk to her again. And that was really rolling through my head. Like, I cannot believe I walked out the door that night and I didn't hug her because I thought she was mad at me. We've all been there, right? I'm like, oh, I don't even think she likes me today. I think she's just upset with me. I don't know. She's giving me a few weird looks. So I'm just going to stay back, and she's super quiet. I think I'm just going to keep on walking. Guys, I thought about that so much as my mom was being life flighted. I'm like, man, I saw her last night. She was talking to me. I wonder if I'm ever going to get the chance to talk to her again. And we always say this. We always say that, hey, you never know when the last time it is that you're going to talk to somebody, and life happens. But literally, when life happens and you're experiencing it, it goes down to a completely different level. And so for my family that's out there supporting us, we're beyond grateful for it. But honestly, guys, there's so much gold in the trenches. And here's the truth of the matter of it. You also don't have to look very far to find someone who's in a much worse situation than you are. And so as we sat in the hospital and spent the night in the ICU waiting room, and our mom was hooked to a ventilator, and all of those things, all the unknown. Did she get oxygen to her brain? Was her brain functioning properly? Would there be damage? Would she ever speak again? All those things we did not know until Tuesday afternoon. And the day she woke up on Tuesday, when she woke up, I'm telling you, we had the biggest celebration. I mean, it was the biggest weight lifted. We were so grateful to be able to talk to her, to hold her hand and have her connect with us and actually look at us and be funny and be sassy. And so we're grateful for the outcome we've had. But I thought about it. You don't have to look very much farther to see someone else. And as I sat in those ICU rooms, we had the opportunity to pray with other people, that young people that were coming in there with so many different things. And I thought, God, thank you. 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 And I just started to thank God for the nursing staff and the people that were around us. And I believe that gratitude is such a powerful, powerful tool that draws more goodness to you. Gratitude. I started thanking God thank God for the family that we have around us. Thank God for the dear friendships we have around us. It was such a comfort. Thank God for the body of prayer and my prayer warriors that are so close to me. Thank God for them. And I just started to praise God for them. And in the midst of all of it, God brought bright lights to us from a doctor that we fell in love with immediately, who has been so kind and so gracious and had taken such extra care of us as a family. Everywhere we turned, there would be a miracle. There'd be a light, like, I have you guys. I have you. And so it's been one of the most challenging weeks there as a family, but it's also been one of those weeks that I look and I see the hand of God, the mercy of God, the favor of God, at work. And so if you're walking through a difficult situation, if you're walking through a time of testing, please reach out to me. Let me pray for you. I know that it's meant so much to me, that the words of encouragement, the kindnesses of other people reaching out, it's been huge. But I just want to say this: there is so much power in your tribe. I've talked about that so much. There's so much power in your tribe. Your tribe are the greatest gifts in your life. I've seen so many people that are so wealthy, that have so much, but have no one visiting them in the hospital, that have nobody coming to their aid, that have nobody reaching out, or very few. And we have been overwhelmed with support, and I'm beyond grateful. But it's just brought me back to, you never know the last time you're going to talk to somebody. So let's not take life for granted. And you're like, yeah, Amy, that's easy to say. No, honestly, our interactions with one another, we just never know when life will happen, and it happens quickly and it'll change. So hug the people around you. Always tell them you love them. If you're married to your spouse, whatever, kiss them goodbye. Hug your mom, even when she might seem like she's mad at you. I mean, guys, that was a wake up call for me. I'm like, man, I walked out of there. I didn't even hug my mom goodbye. And I bet I've told 15 people that. I did not hug my mom goodbye that night on Saturday night because I thought she was mad at me. And I would have hated like heck for that to have been my last interaction with my mom. And so this podcast is just really quick. It's just kind of a, hey, here's where we're at. Here's the progress. Thank you so much for all that, the people, but hug your people, acknowledge your people, and never get out the phone without telling people you love them, you care about them, you appreciate them. Because guys, life happens. And what is your parting words to somebody? They matter. So that is my quick update. And we're looking forward to many, many more years with my mom, and a really good outcome and a really good report. But nothing like adversity to bring your family just to absolute closeness again. And we're already close family, but when you're in the trenches together and you're living through stressful moments, man, we have great, great gratitude. Gratitude is all we have. Gratitude. And I sat there the other night laying in that hospital room, and all I had was gratitude. Thank God. Thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. There's so many situations. And again, when you look around in your life, you can feel sorry for yourself. And that's fine to do that for a minute. You can think, why me? Why did this happen? But when you look around, when you can get back into gratitude, I know that's how come, like we've had like angelic visitors of doctors and teams and nurses that have just been the brightest lights to us this past week. And I'm so grateful for them. But when you draw on that gratitude and you continue to thank God and you continue to thank people and you continue to be good to people and you continue to be kind to people and you continue to thank people, even when you're walking through a hard time, you'll start to see only goodness and only mercy. Only goodness and only mercy are following us. Only goodness and only mercy. That's what the Bible says. Only goodness and only mercy will follow you all the days of your life. And here's the thing, when your emotions get rocked and your nervous system gets rocked, and I'm kind of fighting a cold right now because we've spent so many hours in the hospital and so much energy and stress and sleep deprivation. But at the end of the day, I stand in absolute gratitude. And I know that the more I give praise to God, the more gratitude I can think on. Literally, I see more and more reasons to be grateful. And so if today's podcast is nothing more than a quick update and hey, just be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. If you're in a bad work environment, if you're in a marriage that you don't like, maybe you're fighting through a health crisis, if you can just start to thank God for the breath in your body, you can start to thank God for the people that are coming around you. If you can start to thank God for the sun, thank God for the air that you're breathing, for the opportunity to get out and take a walk. When you start to go so based in your gratitude, it draws more and more and more goodness to you. So do this. Stay out of the pity party realm. And that's easy to get into, and you can have that for a moment, but you got to get out of it quickly. And then you just have to start to give God thanks and start to thank people and be really good to people, because at the end of the day, people are fighting battles you just don't know. We hear that all the time, but literally it's the truth. And when you start to look around everywhere you look, it's true. People have big battles going on, big challenges, and you can find in about 2 seconds people that are in a much worse situation than you are. So there's power in your gratitude. There's life-sustaining, life-giving power in your gratitude. So that's my update. Know this, you are more. You're on this earth for more. I appreciate you all. I love you guys. Thank you for support. Thank you for listening to this podcast. And the only thing I really wanted to tell you is pay attention to your friends. Love them. Don't leave somebody without telling them you love them. Hug their neck. And just think, if this was my last encounter with them, would I want it to be this? It's really easy to say in these kinds of situations, but in the heat of battle, in the heat of irritation, in the heat of anger and hostility, it's easy just to walk away and let yourself just be like, I'm justified in not hugging you goodbye, Mom, because you're really being difficult tonight, or you're ignoring me, or I feel weird around you, whatever it may be. But I'm so grateful to God that my last interaction with my mom was not what it was Saturday night. And I'm so grateful for a second chance. Sometimes we don't get those. So pay attention to how you're responding to people. Be in the moment and love them. Love people, hug their neck and celebrate them, and never let an opportunity to encourage and have a good word for someone pass you by. Ask the Lord to make you really cognizant of it. How can I lift these people? How can I be a lifter of people today? Every person I come in contact with them, I want to have my best contact with them. I know that's a high chore, and it's a high priority, and it's a high task, but hey, the bar's out there, so let's set it high and let's shoot for it, right? Know this, we appreciate you, and you truly are so much more. Be blessed.